been a couple of days now, and I've been away and I've painted everything to do with the grinder. There's a fair bit of rust in some places, but in general it was all in good condition. So I think I'm nearly ready to put it back together. I've just got a few more small things to do, like I've repainted the switch and the main body plaque. All I need to do now is take back the paint on the raised surfaces so you can see what they all say, and then maybe give it a coat of varnish. But other than that, aesthetics aside, we can start putting it back together. So I think I'm going to shut up for a bit and we'll just put it all together. And for anyone wondering, the paint I used was a cellulose based carb paint. This is colour RAL 7030 in a matte finish. I just went down to my local paint suppliers, chatted with them to see what they thought was best, and this is what I got. And to be honest, yeah, it came out very, very nice. This, after I took all the old paint off and thoroughly cleaned it, this is just a couple of coats of etch primer and then a couple of coats of the cellulose top coat. And I'm really happy with that. On the inside where the discs are going to be and where all the grot and the grime off whatever your grinding is going to be, I just hit this with some red hammerite. Yeah, it's going to get all sorts of hot sparks and grit and dust embedded into it, so I'm not too fussed about the inside of here. So yeah, as I say, let's get to it. There you are. Pushed it in square as well, and yeah, down to the stoppers on the other side. Wow, I say stoppers, it's just some punch marks, but that'll be deep enough. Yeah, it's not too tight either. And yeah, probably won't see it. This end of the workshop's not too well lit, but I made sure I put the markings on the outside so we can see what they are in the future. Now I was just about to approach these indentation marks with the press, because it was just starting to get a little bit harder to push it in. That's one good thing about a manual press, is there's a lot of feel to it. So cool, let's carry on. Just going to put a little bit of thread lock on these, not too much, just to make sure they stay in there. I think what I did was I pushed the bearings into these end caps up to their stops, which is where I thought they were with the previous bearings. But what it looks like is because this side has pushed back up again, what these bearings actually go against the shoulders on the shaft, not those sort of pinch points in the bearing housings. So I think that's why I'm fighting it a bit now, because I just pushed the bearings in a little bit too deep. I could have gotten away actually with probably just leaving them just sub-flush to these surfaces. So oh well, we'll see how it goes. Right, so those are in to hopefully guide it a bit more. We're getting there. It spins, so that's a good sign. Yeah, we just nip these up now. Okay, looks like the bearings have equalised them out themselves out, so yeah, I'm happy with that. I would have tried to adjust it again, but it looks like they've done all the work for themselves. So right, that spins nicely, and no unusual sounds that we should be worried about. I might put it back together electrically now and see if it works. At the moment I'm just going to hook up a temporary power cord. This came off another small grinder that gave up, hence why I got this one. Yeah, I didn't think about getting those terminals at the back when I put this switch in. But, see if we can just nip them up with the pliers. So I can tighten it up properly in a minute. I just want to test to see if it all works still at the moment. It helps if you have the fuse in it that works as well. Alright, let's try again. Yep. It works. We're spinning. And off. Yep. It's a little bit hesitant to start by itself, but either that's the bearings need running in a bit, or the capacitor's not the best. But I can live with that for the moment. And it's not vibrating too much either, which is good. I'm happy with that. Doesn't smell either. Right, let's crack on then. So for the moment I'm going to leave the wiring as is. I know it's temporary, but until I get a new flex and grommet, that's how I'm just going to leave it for now. Not really going to use it at all in between now and when I go and get some new cable. So I'm just going to put this back where it should be. Annoyingly, I'm putting new wheels on, and the cutout on these tool rests aren't quite lining up squarely, but just about make it work. So there we go. Obviously I've still got to put the two plates on. I haven't quite finished those yet, but I reckon they'll look very nice when they're on. I'm a little annoyed that this one wheel doesn't quite line up, but I think I can live with that. So I know I said I'd do a short segment on the on the plates, but it was so fiddly I didn't want to take my chances and mess it up whilst the video myself, so I did it off camera. Basically, after spraying it all paint, I used an angled wooden block like this with just some 800 grit, wet and dry, and just went around all the details, trying my best not to take off any of the paint where it should be. As you can see, it's come out quite nicely. It's got a bit of a shine to it because I've put some lacquer on it, and there's the one for the switch as well. Put some more white in there as well, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. It just finishes off the grinder nicely, I think. So I'll probably won't be long before I start using it. I've got a load of lathe tooling with carbide tips that need sharpening, so I've got my green wheel on ready, and yeah, then we can start on the lathe.